One. Hello and welcome back. We got this is now episode 4. Wow, it's been a little month over since we started this podcast. How are you guys doing today?
Doing
Good.
great.
Great. So, before we get into the top 10 fullbacks, I'm going to show off this beautiful kit. Look at this.
Vamos, Venezuela.
Vamos a Venezuela, papi, mira. This was, I don't remember.
Is that your World Cup kit?
Ooh.
Crazy. Mira, Tinto somos todos. Vamos, mi Tinto. Vamos, mi Venezuela. Venezuela. One day, man. Hey, 2026. 2026, we're making it.
Okay. That's what you said about 2022, man. But
Nah, I didn't say about 2022. Nah. Hold on. Actually, I did. Because we were like 20, we were ranked 28th in the world. So, like, give me hope. Give me something, man. Dang, I got something stuck in my throat. But, all right. We're going to start a top 10 list. I can't speak at the moment. So, I'm going to actually have one of you guys start. I'm going to have Diego start the top 10 list with your number 10. We got fullbacks. How did you guys find this difficult to make? Easier than the center backs? Harder than center backs? What are we thinking here?
I think it wasn't that bad. Only because we included right backs and left backs. If it was just like strictly right backs, then probably have to do a little bit more research. But with right backs and left backs, it definitely gives you that leeway.
Yeah, I thought it was difficult just because of that though. Like I thought right backs and left backs were kind of hard to find the same. It's different, right? It's different comparing them. I think like the defensive fullbacks definitely got like a knock on my list. Like Mendy didn't make my list. Mendy didn't make my list because
I hope
think
not.
all the other fullbacks I think all the other fullbacks are better. I mean, Mendy made someone's list here.
Mendy's top 10. Top 10.
Stop, man. All right. Let's just get this started
All right.
here, man.
I got it out of my. I got whatever I had in my throw out of my system. So I'm gonna start with number 10. Carvajal. I think he had a good season. I don't think it was a great season. I think he had a good season. I think he showed up in the big games as well. Besides that first game against PSG that he got killed by Mbappe, he didn't do horrible in the second game. He did really good in the final against Luis Diaz. Obviously in La Liga, he was consistent all season. He had that great cross against Man City to Rodrigo to score. I don't think it was great, but I think it was good. I think it was just good enough, consistent enough in the Champions League, consistent enough in La Liga to finish at 10. Yeah, I think he just had a solid year. So today, in our order, we'll go me, Diego, Jandro, and then Jandro, Diego, me.
All right, but so number 10 for me, also Carvajal. He has some pretty big games. We're talking about a right back who probably since 2016 has been suffering with a lot of injuries, in and out the field, being able to bounce back and really be consistent, especially against Mbappe, who is 1,000 times faster than him. Great crossing, still great passing. That Liverpool build-up played that game against Liverpool when him, Modric, and Valverde built up that play on the right side with a high press. Like, it just goes to show that he still has it. He's getting up there in age and he's a little slower, but he's still pretty class. So 10th spot for me is pretty solid for him.
All right. So for my number 10, I got Davies. So he did suffer a lot of injuries this season, but obviously he's still a great left back for Bayern. Very good in the attack, and he's very reliant whenever Bayern get hit on like a counter or something. He's always like running back and getting the ball back. I feel he still has a lot to improve, but he's still a great player. Oh no.
Yeah, I think his injury this year kind of screwed him up. Like maybe next year will take a jump, but I think he had what injury? What was he hurt with? I forget.
Bro, he injured his ankle, his thigh.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of like different.
He wasn't known with the heart problem, was he?
No, he wasn't.
That was Kimmich, Right. Well, no matter how problem, I
Yeah.
believe, right? That
I
they
I
missed
remember
out.
I remember something about heart problem coming into that Bayern Munich team, but I don't remember who it was, to be honest.
It was Davies
Yeah.
or
But Davies,
Kimmich.
I think it might be Davies, like you said. But Davies, he's not. I want to speak about him real quick too, because Davies, bro, that man, when he's healthy, is a complete monster. Like he's a monster. That game against Barcelona he had a few years back in the Champions League just goes to show like his potential, what he can reach. But injuries definitely got a
Right.
knock on him this year.
He's also very good defensively too, and offensively. Like he's good on both sides, which is like a great thing to have. Yeah. So I did find him hard because like I there's players that I have him above him in this list that I would pick over that I wouldn't pick over him, but I put above just because this year, he had kind of the injury season. It's kind of like the Conte thing, where like if you're getting a 100% Conte, you would pick him over many sentiments in the world. But like what we saw this year, like you just can't put him above them. So all
Yeah.
right, John Joe, give us your 9.
My 9, it is Dumfries from Inter. I feel like he's honestly perfect for that Inter Milan team. Like the 5 at the back, he's very attacking. He has a great shot. He puts in some good crosses, and he's pretty good defensively as well. And he does it really well for Netherlands as well. He's been really good this season, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. I didn't have Dumfries on my list. I thought about him, but I don't know. I just couldn't put him above any one of this list. You put him over Carvajal. That's just your Barcelona bias talking.
I just didn't see anything impressive from him this
That
season.
man is a
man. Come on.
Barcelona hater, bro. This is nothing new. This man's a Barcelona hater. No, Dumfries is a good one though. He
Mhm.
actually he plays really good in Netherlands too. He's
Yeah,
very
Yeah,
he's good.
strong, pretty
He's a good
tall,
player.
he's really good.
Yeah, I like
and
him.
Inter is nasty. Yeah. Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 9. My boy Ferland Mendy.
No shot.
Listen,
Oh,
listen,
God.
listen, 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 listen.
Look, this is why I have this background, man. I knew this was gonna
Stop.
happen.
Stop.
I
Listen.
knew it.
Ferland Mendy. Listen, I have my reasonings. Okay,
All
look,
right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I thought about Alfonso Davies, I thought about Dumfries, I thought about a few wing backs, but I'm gonna give it to Ferland Mendy because he is so freaking underrated, bro. Defensively, what he brings to the table, like against that Barca team, okay, we didn't have Benzema, but we also didn't have Mendy, which did we have Mendy actually? I might be tripping on
No,
that.
we didn't. We didn't
We
have many.
didn't.
We didn't have many.
Bro, Mendy is okay. He's not the best offensively. Even then, he has his moments because against Chelsea, that man took out like 4 players and created a whole play. Mendy is super underrated. He's strong. He's fast. He's left-footed on the left side, which is good. He can dribble. He needs to work a little bit on his passing, but his defensive work, that man is a beast, a tank. He keeps the ball. He plays it smart in the back sometimes. He had a goal line clearance against Man City that basically, if you want to consider it, saved our season. Because if that goal goes in, we're probably not beating what was it, Man City? Yeah, we're probably not beating Man City. But he knows that although he doesn't let's say he has a bad offensive game, he'll bring it 100,000% on the defensive game, and that can win you championships, which is demonstrated this year and just strictly this year. I have to put Ferland Mendy at number 9 because he's so important to our team.
He's very important.
Defensive
I
wise.
agree. Defensive wise, he's amazing. If this was a defensive list, he'd be up there. But who didn't? There's someone who didn't make your list.
But I mean, people that didn't make my
Like a
list:
big
Alfonso
one.
Davies, Dumfries.
So you wouldn't take Mendy. I'm hoping that you put Mendy over Davies because Davies was hurt, right?
Yeah, I didn't. I knew about Davies and don't. Well, I didn't think much about Dumfries, but Davies I didn't put him in my 10 because I have such high expectations for him, and I don't think it's fair to put him in the top 10 when he was injured a lot and he wasn't able to really showcase his ability. But if we're talking about
Yeah.
skill wise, I know for sure.
Right.
I think when he's healthy, he's the best left back in the world. But I can't say that now because he's injured a lot.
That's. I don't think that's a bad take. I think that's a decent one. Nah, I like Mendy. I just couldn't put on my list. I think his defense game compared to all these other fullbacks is great. Like I think it's upper. Like if it was just about defensively fullbacks, it would probably be top 5. I think his offense, though, I think his offensive work lacks what the other fullbacks can give you offensively. And I guess, and you're comparing that, that's a new game now, right? Like, that's a new game. Like, you fullbacks have to be able to attack. And although Mendy does really good work defensively, and I love Mendy, he just can't do that right now. Like, he's not as skilled as, like, a Cancelo, a Trent, a Robertson, right? Even to, like, a less degree, like a Kyle Walker and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That
that's
I
why,
just want to include that defensive because I want to shed light on Ferland Mendy, man. I think he's just so underrated. And an offensive game you can build. He can dribble.
right. Yeah, he
He can
can.
dribble. He can dribble. He keeps the ball. So, you can build on that. And one thing you can't build is defense. You have to be a warrior from the get-go. You have to be able to put your body on the line. It's a mindset thing. And Ferland Mendy, out of all these right backs and left backs that I have on my list, he basically beats them in defense, besides maybe just one player.
So do you
But
think he was more important than Carvajal? Yeah, I'm just asking because you had him above. I'm
I
not saying
I honestly think he was a little. It's just so hard because Carvajal brings you your offense, and then you have Mendy on the left side that brings you that defense.
right.
Same thing you can say about Carvajal with that cross to Rodrigo. If that doesn't happen, we don't win the game. But you can say the same thing if Mendy doesn't make that on the line clearance, we lose that game. So it's just I could have put Mendy 10, Carvajal 9. I could have put Carvajal 10, Mendy. I mean
Yeah,
Carvajal Mendy 10, Carvajal 9. It doesn't. It's interchangeable for me.
yeah. I, I I don't think that's horrible. I'm just I guess Davies is the one you put out. Now I'm mad at your reason for putting Davies out. My 9 is Davies. Like we've already talked about, he just had a bad season, just because of injuries, not playing wise. Can't say I watched too many games. 'Cause I know he played more later down the season when the league was kind of already wrapped up. I wasn't watching any Bayern games at that point because they're already wrapped up the league like every year. But that's having 9. I 8 have Jordi Alba. He had a great season. I think Jordi Alba is still the one player out of the whole Barca team right now. I think out of the older players, I think Jordi Alba is the one that we don't have to worry about even thinking about replacing because he's still putting up numbers. I believe he was third in the league assists. I think he got 10 this year, which was great. And he's always consistent, right? He's always that one consistent guy that will be there. Will be there. Will give you offense. So that's why Jordi Alba was my 8. I think he has a staple and he had a good season.
Yeah, that's another that's another wing back that I took out purposely. Jordi Alba. I don't like him, but he's a great player. I'm not gonna lie. Um, you can call Real Madrid bias. I don't care. I want to put my wing backs on
It
top
is,
10.
man.
Listen though, listen. Jordi Alba, that man is a great player, and I think he's been able to like people underrate his like ability to be consistent because he's been Barcelona's left back for almost a decade, and now also. I remember before Jordi Alba came into Barca, there was a time where the one thing that Barca didn't have was a left
Yep.
back.
Yep. They had
So
Abidal, Maxwell. Yeah,
like
they were
yeah,
struggling
that they were
left back.
struggling left back, and he was able to come in and give them that for 10 years. So I respect it. I don't like him, but as a soccer player, I respect it. And he could have easily made my 10, but for my number 8, we're at 8, right? For not my number 8, I wanted to include Klaus. He had a great season.
Oh,
He got called up to the French national team, well deserved. He was very informed this season. I actually watched a few games, and that man is so fast, bruh. That man is so fast. He's great on the ball. Defensively, I mean, it's there. But he had a breakout season, and I definitely want to shed light on him because I feel like France could use him as a right back. Pavard, I think, is so trash. I'm sorry, Pavard pisses me off. So Klaus on the right back position could probably do something.
I like that pick. I didn't have him. Now thinking about it, I probably would have him over Davies. Like I would take out Davies out of my whole top 10 in general. But yeah, he had a good season. He was like kind of like a Schlotterbeck from last episode, just not as high up. You don't have him as high up.
yeah. A
Slaughterbeck
little bit of
is
shame there.
insane, man. That's insane, man. 5th place.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me.
My number 8 is Theo Hernandez. Milan.
Dang, Theo.
That's a little low.
That's a little low, man. That has some banger goals this season.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Let me see. Wait, let me look at those. Yeah, I still rate everyone higher than him. But yeah, he had a really good season this year with Milan, obviously winning the league for Milan after a decade. He's been slowly improving ever since he got there. I think his first season wasn't too great there, but he's obviously getting better and better as time goes on. He can be really good for France. I feel like France are really missing those good fullbacks. They never really had a good fullback for a minute now.
Yeah. They got a couple good ones now.
Yeah.
Like they got Mendy, Theo, Dignet. Oh no, Dignet. I don't think Dignet should be in the French national team. I don't think it really helps them. Then on the right side you got Koundé and but no, I like Theo. The one player that I wish Real Madrid never let go, like hindsight looking at it, like we've let go of Marcos Llorente, we've let go of Theo, we've let go of a couple that have actually done stuff. Theo is the one player that I'm actually kind of upset that we let go because of what he can kind of turn into. Like Marcos Llorente turned into that, but like that's fine. Like our midfield's fine. He wasn't gonna play. Even if Marcos Llorente was what he is right now, Atletico, he probably wouldn't play in that team. But he would struggle to get minutes. Theo Hernandez would start every game for us. And like if you think about it, we paid 60 million for a left back who's good, who's great, but like not as good as Theo. But yeah, I just thought it was a little low, but I respect it.
Yeah. All right. My number 7 is Jordi Alba. He got 11 assists this season. He's pretty consistent every year. I'm pretty sure he gets like double digits. He's been getting like double digits for like the past few seasons. And I mean, come on.
Always scores bangers too. There's always one banger.
Always scores bangers.
Who did he score? He scored a banger against
Bro, he scored a volley.
Didn't he?
Oh my
Atletico
God.
Madrid. It was against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
He scored a
it was
volley.
against Atletico.
Yeah, and I was like, wow. I was like, nah, he always has a banger at him.
Yeah.
All right, Diego.
Yeah, these past few seasons
Isn't it
he's
you?
had a scoring fucking bangers.
Isn't it you, Ron?
Nah, it's you.
Nah, it's you.
Okay, so let me see. Let me go back to my list here.
We're at number
We're at
7.
number 7, right?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
I have low key. Even though I don't like Jordy, I probably should have included him. But you know what? I'm gonna stick with my love with Real Madrid. So I'm glad with that.
Oh,
I have
okay.
I have
I
my
thought you had
number
someone
7.
else up there.
No, I have my number 7 as Nacho. No, I'm just playing. I have my number 7 as Andy, big boy Andy Robertson. He's been very consistent as well. I love his game. That man right there, he's probably the only wingback that I know right now that can do it both defensively and offensively at like a high level. Like defensively,
Only?
he's not bad. Okay,
Only?
not only. But he's a select few, which I think is very underrated. He's great at passing. He's great at crossing. He can go up. He battles to win the ball. Like he's aggressive. He's been very consistent. He's like, I think the back line of Liverpool. There's only like there's 3 players that have a solidified spot, which is Robertson, Van Dijk, and Arnold. Because other center back it interchanges. Robertson, I mean, he's a beast. And number 7, I think is good. Great season. Obviously, Champions League final, battled the Premier League. Been consistent. So I put him there.
It's pretty low.
That's a little low.
Oh no.
I'm at 7. I put Walker. I don't think they take that big gas.
Did that stun you?
Walker at 7.
It's Walker. Yeah. Just count. He's had a good season. He just kind of taking a step back now. I mean, he's getting older. He's losing a little bit of that pace. I mean, he still has a lot of pace, but he's losing a little bit of it. He's just kind of losing. He's losing a step, and that's fine because he's getting old as a fullback. And his type of fullback is hard to be consistent because he's like a fast one running up and down. So it's understandable. I just had him at 7. I just think all the other guys in front of him were, have more right now in the tank than he does. So, but I think he had a good season. I think he just gets a 7 there. At 6, I put Hakimi, and this is hard because like Hakimi was so hard to rank. I tell you, I watched like 10 PSG games at most.
Yeah.
And like 2 of them were in the Champions League against us. And like Hakimi looked so bad in that second leg. First leg shut down Vinny completely. Second leg, Vinny had him like a little string. Like he was playing with the puppets right here. My man was dancing. There's that clip where he's where Vinny,
Oh my God, he
Vinny's
busts
running
his
and he does
ass.
the cutback, and then there's Hakimi just sliding through the. So I just put him 6. I feel like it would be disrespectful to have him anything lower than that. But at the same time, this is the one pick that I just put in there because I was like, I know he'll be in the top 10, and I know I got to put him somewhere. And then at 6, I just felt like 6 was the right place because I didn't watch too many PSG games this year.
So, me, right?
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
Jono?
true.
Number 6, same thing. I got Hakimi there. Basically for all the reasons that you said. We know Hakimi's class. He's fast, can go up, can also defend. Um, he did get pretty embarrassed in the second leg, but like you said, the first leg to shut down Vinny, that's not an easy thing to do
Right.
at all. Vinny this year was his breakout season. He was his most confident, most comfortable, touching the ball a lot. So for Hakimi to lock him down, but it wasn't enough. Hakimi also in the league. I mean, we know he's great in the league. PSG is great in the league. Obviously, it's a farmers league. PSG's league. So number 6, that's like the safe spot for him. The reason I probably could have put him maybe a little bit higher if only for like the AFCON Cup because he was Morocco's best player and that man was stunning. He scored like 2 free kicks, had like 2 assists. So, but the AFCON's only a few games. So,
Right.
but Hakeem is great. Number 6
I
is
actually
good.
forgot about Afghan. I forgot.
Yeah, I forget
He
that
did play
shit
really good
happened.
though. He did play really good though.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
leading the Morocco,
Yeah,
man.
he was.
As a right back, that's not easy.
And qualified for the World Cup. Yes, qualified for the World Cup. So I honestly forgot about Afcon. Maybe that's my reasoning. His Afcon performance got him to 6, not his PSG performance.
All right. My 6 is Walker. We already talked about him. He's good. He had a few injuries, obviously. Unfortunately, that stopped him playing in the Champions League consistently. I feel like he's super good defender and a really good attacker. He really knows how to cross that fucking ball. He's really good. And my number 5 is Hakimi. He's obviously I'm in the same boat as Ron. I didn't really watch too many PSG games, but when I do see him play, he's pretty good. He knows how to attack, he knows how to defend. He's that modern fullback that everyone wants.
Yeah, like that. Go ahead, Diego.
So number 5, I have Reece James. Reece James, I love Reece James, man. I probably could have put him. I probably could have switched him out for the person above him, which I probably should have done, but whatever. Reece James, 14 goal involvements in 26 matches. In the beginning of the league, he was outstanding.
Turn it up. Like the first half.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, before he got hurt, that man was
Tearing that thing up.
man was going crazy. Real Madrid looking at him, possibly want him. I mean, for a reason. Reece James is stellar, can defend, can definitely attack. He started off his career as a striker. I didn't even know that. I found out about that recently. He actually went into the Chelsea Academy as a striker. That's why he has such good finishing and can attack well.
That's actually interesting. I didn't know that.
He definitely started working on his defensive game as a right back, and that explains his awareness in the offensive game. Man, that he has a rocket shot, great season, good assist. Definitely fits Chelsea's system well. Very young too, and he has a bright future and I think he deserves that fifth spot. Probably a little higher, but
That's like a Casemiro story. How Casemiro went to the Brazil academy. He was a striker before he went to the tryouts, Academy tryouts. I think it was Brazil. Yeah, I believe it was Brazil or something like
yeah,
that.
it was with his Brazilian team, the
Yeah,
city team, I
and
think.
a bunch of people started going to striker. Like he saw the striker line being filled up with like 30 people, 20 people, and then he saw a CDM line filled up with none. So he just went to a CDM line so he could actually play. And now look at him, one of the best midfielders in the world.
Monster.
So
Best CDM in the
it's
world. I've
interesting.
been saying it, but no one listen to me.
I don't know if it's fast. I don't think it's that clear. He's up there though.
Stop.
I think it's between him and Kimmich.
Okay, maybe because Kimmich just got.
We actually talked about this on the mic the other day. We actually talked about this on the mic. Listen to this, Guti. If you're watching this, you didn't show up today because you have no commitment. But if you're watching this, if he's watching this, he said that Casemiro had a bad season this year.
Oh my
He
god.
was like Casemiro had a bad season this year,
Oh my
and I was
god.
like, he did
Not even
now,
the
like,
not even the Barca fan over here. Hopefully he doesn't say that. You think Casemiro had a bad season, John Joe?
I think he just had a regular season, man.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my.
Ah,
Nah,
people
it's
just
just
don't.
it's just I don't think they watch Real Madrid like I guess it's like them like you always have one player that people think like did all right, but like we watch every game, so like we know how important he really is.
Yeah.
Like
Man's
all
a
right,
monster.
John, like who's like I'm gonna ask John, who's like a player on your team that like everyone's like he had a regular season, but you watching the games because I know you watch the game, know how important he is to the actual team. Do you have an
Busquets.
example? All right, yeah, like that's Busquets. Like everyone kind of talks trash about Busquets, including myself. I do all the time. But every year, I would say like he had a bad season. But like I do watch a lot of Barca games, but like I'm not as focused into a team. Like I'll watch a Barca game, but like I'm doing homework or something like that, and I'm not too tuned in. So like I'll be like, Busquets had a bad season or whatever. But like as a Barca fan would know that Busquets is important to the team, and without Busquets, the team would just be scrambled. That's kind of like us with Casemiro. Like Casemiro had a really, really good season, but like if you just watch it from far, like you won't notice as much as like we know how important. I mean, look at that Man City game where he didn't play. We lost 4-3. I mean, Man City should have scored like 7 or 8.
Their midfield was super dominant against us,
right.
man.
And that's what changed in the second leg. Casemiro was back in, and it was a different team. It was different, a big difference that you could tell. So, my 5 is Robertson. Just what Diego said. He could go up and down. He's a great left back. I think he is a great left back for that team. I don't know. He's a pretty good one. I only have one left back higher than him. Because there's another player here that plays both. But
Monster.
he's had a great season. I'm not sure how many goal contributions he looked, but I know I watch him play, and he's critical to that team. Although that other left back from Liverpool,
Samikas is nice, bro.
Yeah,
Klopp is a
nice.
beast for getting
like
him, bro.
Yeah. Like but Robertson. Besides that, Robertson is really good. I don't know what else really to say. He was really good this year.
Is it me now?
Yeah.
Or Jonjo? Okay. We're at number 4, right?
Five.
Number 5?
Yeah.
I said Reece James.
Oh, whoa, never mind. My bad. We were at 4. My 4 is Reece James.
Okay, 4 is Reece.
Yeah, my 4 is Reece James. He was having a great season, a great season. People at the beginning of the season, people were comparing him to Trent, which I think so. I good about it. I think Reece though. Oh.
In the beginning of the season, man, Reece James was taking the league, man.
Nah, Trent was also different.
It's just Trent can't defend, bro. That's what pisses me off.
I have to check on my AirPods. I just gotta connect to my AirPods. Anyway, Reece is so. I think Reece can become so like maxed out at defending and attacking that I think it's scary. Like I think he could become better for sure. But like right now, I think it's too early. Trent has too much on Reece James for now. Defensively, Trent is obviously not good, but I think his offensive game is so good that it doesn't matter sometimes. So that's my 4. Right now, you go with 4.
My number 4 is Kyle Walker. I have a lot of respect for Kyle Walker, man. That man, although he's aging a little bit, he still just has the physicality of a young wingback coming up. If it wasn't for his injuries, like when I watched the Man City versus Real Madrid game, I saw that Walker was in the like before, like Vinicius's game plan was, I'm gonna run the boots off of Kyle Walker and get him hurt again because he knew he was coming off an injury. The second Kyle Walker got subbed off and they put Fernandinho in that right back position, Vinny scored that goal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kyle Walker hit his importance in the team and his leadership and his experience, along with the speed and physicality that he still has, although it's not at its peak level, it's still very good. It was still, his speed is still up there to keep up with Vinny. And he was giving Vinny a hard time in the beginning.
Yeah.
Vinny was, like I said, Vinny's plan wasn't to, I'm gonna, I'll dribble him because it's hard. Because Kyle Walker is that one right back that can defend and go up as well. Great shot, great crossing, great passing, great build-up play, great defense. He's strong. He's tall. I mean, he's been England's number one right back for years now. We know why. He's a complete wing back. The injuries knocked him off, but we know a healthy Kyle Walker is class. So I put him at 4. Probably could have put him at 5. But it's interchangeable. A lot of these wingbacks suffer a lot of injuries this year. Now that I noticed, low key.
Yeah, it's I think a lot of it is just because how much you have to do personally. Like Mandy suffered injuries, Carvajal suffered injuries. I think now like we're asking these wingbacks to go up, like run back and forth, which some
Yeah.
can do and without being hurt. But like like last year, Trent got hurt. Reese got hurt this year. Robertson was hurt last year. Hakimi, I don't know Hakimi, but like Walker was hurt this year. Not Alaba. Alba, I thought he was hurt at some point.
I think in the beginning of the season he was a little slow in the season because of
Mandy,
injury.
Mandy,
Mendy's
Mandy
always
was
injured.
hurt. Carvajal's hurt. I think just like Davis is hurt. I think Davis was the hard thing though, so I think that's a little outside of like playing. But I think a lot of like these fullbacks have been asked to run a lot, which you could tell like they're probably one of the players that run the most pitch now. Which wasn't the case maybe 5-10 years ago. So I think that's something interesting to look at. All right, Jonjo, 4 and 3.
My 4 is Reece James. I mean, there's not much else to say about him. He was really good for Chelsea. He was honestly carrying them at one point, scoring the goals for him because Lukaku just couldn't do it, and all the other strikers couldn't do it either. So he's just really good. He's perfect for that system that Tuchel has. So he gives the freedom to the fullbacks to attack. I think that works perfectly for him. And my number 3 is Robertson. He's always consistent. He's a hard-working fullback for Liverpool. Always up and down. I feel like he's overlooked most of the time because everyone looks at Trent most of the time. No one really looks at Robertson.
And Van Dijk.
Yeah. Like, I feel like, in my opinion, like, Robertson works way harder than Trent. And, like, that's why I feel like he's a little bit better than Trent because he always comes back and he gets the job done at the back.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I agree with that. I think I probably overlooked Robertson. I just really think that Reese, like, oh man, Reese is different. I'm telling you, Reese is different. Not only because Real Madrid want him, I think he's just different, man. We're probably not gonna get him. I think he's signing an extension this summer. But Reese is really good, man. I really like Reese.
I would love to have Reese on our team, man.
Me too.
It's like $100+ million.
Drop that
right
shit. Drop that shit, man. Drop that shit.
If he gets extended, he's 100+.
22 years old.
I'm not dropping no 100 million on the right back, on the wing back, Diego. Please,
bro. If he can score goals and defend, bro,
it's a wing back though. We're not dropping 100 million on the wing back.
All right, maybe not. But listen, number 4. Wait, where are we at? Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, number 3.
Bro, number 3. I'm putting Theo Hernandez because I actually watched a lot of AC Milan games, And Theo, man, like Haran said, there's a few players that I just wish Real Madrid did not let go, and Theo is one of them. Theo was on our bench in some of the Champions League games when he was with us. He was there, man. We just had to develop him because he is the other wingback that I was talking about that can defend and attack. Theo's defensive abilities is stellar, and Theo's offensive abilities are stellar. He scored 2 goals where he literally ran from the end one field to the other. And I just don't think he gets a lot of light shot on him. He does, but not as much as he deserves because it's in the Serie A, I guess. I don't know. Serie A is a very competitive league now. You know, you have Napoli, Inter, AC Milan. You have some good teams and a very defensive league as well. What's so funny about that, Ron? Please tell me.
I
You
just know
forgot
all
to
the teams you
mention
mentioned. I thought you forgot to mention one team, but that's okay.
Oh
That's okay.
yeah,
That's
you know
okay.
what?
That's okay.
I'm
That's
not
okay. I let
Alright
it
though.
slide. I let it slide.
Juve.
We got
Juve.
you got Roma. You got Roma.
Okay, AS
You got
Roma.
Lazio.
Okay, but I'm talking about the like actual contenders. Like I'm not like Lazio and Roma. Like they're good, but the actual contenders are always going to be Inter, Milan, Napoli. I guess Roma, but I'll give it another year. 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 I'll give it another
It's
year.
so funny to me that you still skipped again. You skipped out
I'm
on
gonna
Juve
I'm gonna
again.
skip them because they're just they're a disappointing team, man.
Talk about
Um,
it. Talk about it, man. Talk about it.
they're Juve is in the mud. Juve is in a rebuilding phase. We have a friend that thinks that they're gonna sign all the players in the world, and they've only made one signing so far, and Delete might leave. Like Juve is a joke of a club. I'm sorry. Ever since Ronaldo left, they've been a joke, man. I've been very disappointed in
Mm.
Juve. I liked Juve a lot in the Serie A when they were dominant, because they had a type of, you know how like Barca has that mental aspect of the game, tiki taka, we play our game and no way. Real Madrid
Right.
has that passion, that fight. Juve had
Right.
that team where they were all together and they all fought with each other and their defense was great. Now they're just a joke. But back to Theo. Theo number 3. Theo's a stellar left back. Um, he's tall, wins
Yep.
headers, has a great shot, great dribbling. I mean, I love Theo. I really wish he stayed with us. Hakimi is another wing back that I wish we kept. Marcos Llorente too. Wish we kept him, but he would probably wouldn't play. No midfielders taking over Modric, Casemiro, and Cruz. But Theo number 3. That's my pick for him.
Yeah, just something real quick, just to go back on the Juve topic. When I thought they became like, I'm not gonna call them a joke club, but when I thought like they became like a dumb club. Um, look, you signed Ronaldo to win the Champions League, and I tell John about this all the time, and he knows. Like, this is my biggest frustration with Juve.
For 100 mil, by the
You
way.
signed Ronaldo for 100 mil, right? You want to win the Champions League, right? You want to win the Champions League. That first team that he came into, that first team that Ronaldo came to, was a good team. That was a nice team. That was probably the best team Ronaldo had. So the next summer, Juve give up Cancelo, and they don't sign anybody else. Like, they don't sign anyone. Like, they get Danilo, but they don't
They
sign anyone
traded
of
for
like,
Danilo.
right. Like, they don't sign anyone of value. So like, don't tell me. I personally, now, like, the more I think about it, the more I grow up, the more I think about it. I think that was just like a money move, just to make the club money. You get Ronaldo, bro, your club will become like a top 5 recognizable club in the world just because of Ronaldo, just because of his image. Here's the thing. It's like you sign him for that much, and then you don't sign anything else to back him up, to back up for help. You don't sign the midfielder. You don't sign that you needed. You don't sign. Defense was always good. You signed the league, good, but that's not what you need was. You need was a midfield. You need was somebody else to help Ronaldo. It was Ronaldo, Bernardeschi, and I can't remember what it was, Masukic. I can't remember who the other player was in that top 3. Like, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna win the Champions League. You're not gonna win the Champions League with Bernardeschi after starting the right wing. Man, I'm forgetting. I think it was Bernardeschi, Ronaldo, Dybala. Like, sign an attacker. Help that out. So that's my frustration with Juve. You sign like you say you sign a 100 mil player and you want to go for it's like buying like I don't know, like $1,000 plant and then not watering it for like 2 weeks. And then when it dies, you're like, oh dang, like that plant didn't work. It wasn't the plant, it was just you just didn't water the fucking plant. And that's my biggest frustration with Juve. And that's really gets me upset. Because teams that do this same thing with like Dortmund, I don't hate I hate Barca, but that's passion reasons. Club wise, they do things different. I hate PSG, both. But the one thing I can't say about PSG and Barca is that as much as I hate him, they don't. I hate him for because of the passion. I don't hate him because how they run their club. I literally hate Dortmund and I hate Juve because how they run their club. You sign
Yeah.
this big player and then you don't bring any help. You sign Haaland and then you let Sancho go. You sign Haaland and you don't try to make him say look at Leverkusen. Leverkusen just got Birds, who's one of the most wanted
Promising
players in
young
Europe.
talents. Yeah.
He is one of Europe. He would have gone for 100+ mil next summer if he came back and played well. He's supposed to come back in 2023. So you got him to stay until 2028. That's great. But you're telling me Dortmund couldn't even try to get Haaland? At least I didn't see any reported of them trying to get him to make an extension. Jude, I'm not hearing that they're trying to extend Jude. They're just gonna let him walk. So that's my frustrating part, and that's why those clubs I really really hate. Juve seem like they're taking the right step now, but we'll see. We'll see what Juve do and whatever the big signing is. We'll see if they support him because you can't. That's the same thing like the Lakers. The Lakers have LeBron, but don't give them supporting help. They have LeBron AD, no supporting help this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, although they won the title, so it's a little different. But that's just my biggest frustration with that. And now that Durant's over, at 3, I'm gonna have Theo. He's great defensively, great offensively. No, well, maybe not great defensively, but he's good defensively and great offensively. He scored that banger. Didn't he score that amazing goal for France? Or was it Milan? Maybe the last game of the season. He just ran and he just rocketed it.
Yeah, it was
He
Milan.
he is a great he's a great player. We kind of already talked about him a couple times. So my number two. Are you guys ready for this? It's a little spicy. It's a little spicy. Number 2. I want Trent. I got Trent.
Yeah.
I got Trent as number 2. I don't know if that's a surprise. That might be a little hot take, but his defense just really disappoints me. He's I don't know. I mean, just a little bit better. That goal, you can't allow that goal against Real Madrid in the Champions final. You can't. Vinicius does that. He runs behind you. You're telling me that whole since you looked at him the first time, there's a play where he looks at him, and I think it's 20 seconds until he looks it back again. You cannot let a player like that go without seeing him for 20 seconds. Are you kidding me? He's so fast. Now he's starting to understand what the position is. You cannot let a player like that run for 20 seconds unmarked. He looked at him, 20 seconds passed. That's a goal. But offensively, he's great. He's just probably the best offensive fullback in the game. Probably the best we've seen for a while since probably Marcelo and Dani Alves. But he is he's a top tier fullback. He just defensively he just struggles a little bit. But
Yeah, I have Trent at number 2 as well. Just because his defensive game is just so underwhelming, bro. I mean, overwhelming because, like you said, we're talking about in the champ. What pisses me off about Trent is that I just feel like he doesn't care enough to defend, if that makes sense. I think Klopp has engraved in his mind so much that just go up, and support the play, support the play. You have Van Dijk and Konate or Matip, and then Robertson to build a 3, but it's not enough. Because if you're playing a fast team like Real Madrid on the wing with Vinny, who is going to run behind you, who is clearly faster than you, who will put you on your ass because Trent is not a good defender. You knowing that, you have to be aware. Your defensive awareness has to be there, and it's just not there. And it happened also last year when they played Real Madrid. Same thing. Trent was just atrocious. He had no center backs. Obviously, Van Dijk and was injured, and they were playing that guy that they called up from the goddamn B team or something like that, or
Yeah.
some Turkish center back that was unknown. And you can see that if it was any other center back who is not Van Dyke, who knows, Trent would be exposed a lot in the defensive end. But offensively, I mean, he's the best offensive wing back that we've seen since Dani Alves and Marcelo. And it's a good thing you bring that up, Ron, because Marcelo and Dani Alves, they were the best in their positions for so long because they did both. They
right.
defended and they attacked. Danny Alves was a beast defensively. Marcelo was a beast defensively.
They didn't have their fall off until like later
They
in their career that they
Yeah,
started kind
that's
of
why they were
declining.
so great because
Right.
they brought you things that wingers brought you, but they can also defend. There was multiple times where Marcelo did on the line clearances in the Champions League against Bayern Munich, against PSG. Like that man was a beast. Same thing with Danny Alves. Danny Alves was good defensively. He slide tackled, he put his body on the line, he would put shoulder to shoulder. I don't see Trent doing that. I never see Trent, go in with the hard slide tackle or put his shoulder into someone and show that warrior. Like he's just so focused on offense, offense, offense. If Trent is the player that I think he is, who learns from his mistakes and cares about the game, he will watch that Champions League final minute by minute and watch himself and play that game and see how can I defend against this skillful, fast winger like Vinicius. And he will elevate so much if he learns how to defend at a high level. Could possibly be the best right back ever to exist if he becomes a defensive beast.
Yeah, like I joke about Marcelo's defense all the time that is so bad.
Okay, first of all, his
Um,
defense was not bad
it even was bad until later in his career, like
until later. Obviously, when he lost
2018.
his
2018, 2019 was like when his defense started really like being like, wow, this is bad. Because even like the season before, like he was all right. Like he wasn't great at that point. He wasn't great anymore, but he was decent. He was all right. But like after that, the last 5 years, he's been bad at defense. But I think Trent. What I would say is Trent. It's not because I don't think he played awful defensively in the final. I don't. I really don't think. It's just those mind lapses that happen that you can't afford to happen. Like
exactly.
in the final, I looked at it. That was probably like a decent defensively game from him. Like he didn't let Vinicius like really run freely like that. But you cannot have those mind lapses, and that goes to like great defensive players know when to be, where to be, and he wasn't there. And that's unfortunate. That's what happens. You get scored on and you lose the Champions League final.
But it only
He
takes is
did.
one play. All it takes is
Yeah.
that one
Have
play.
you, have you seen that video from like BT Sport where like he's looking at like Real Madrid celebrating? It's like that dramatic camera angle. Maybe and he looks mad. Obviously, it should be, but maybe he will. Maybe this make him a better player. Maybe my next summer that we talk about this again. Maybe Trent will be number one. But his defense just started to show a lot, and I think the last couple of seasons have showed. So hopefully he'll get better. At least I'm not asking him to be great defensively. I'm just asking him to be good. Don't be the reason why your team loses that game. That's really all I'm asking for. All right, John Joe, give us your 2 and your 1.
All right, my 2 is Trent. You guys already hit all the points on Trent, honestly. Yeah, he's great attacking, but never been too good in defending. And my number 1, Cancelo. He was super good for Man City this season. He played at left back. He was super good. He was like an inverted fullback. So he would always come into the center and play balls from there. It was really interesting to watch, and he did it perfectly. And he scored great goals, and he got great assists for Man City. And he's always been pretty good at defending as well. So all in all, Cancelo was really good this year.
I have Cancelo number 1 too. He's one of my favorite players actually. The versatility that he brings to the game is insane. The fact that he can play left back and right back, has no weak foot, understands the offensive game well, can defend. I think Pep definitely upped his game a lot. Juve, he was shown, the reason why they got him was because he was doing good in Juve. I mean, which Juve did a big mistake letting Cancelo go, man.
For the
But
Danilo, man.
for Danilo,
Probably,
what are
like
you
I think it
doing?
was
What are
I
you
think
doing?
it was Cancelo for like Danilo like 20 or 30 or something like that. Insane. This is horrible. It's horrible.
But Cancelo, man, like I said, he's amazing, bro. I think when he drifted into the center, I think wasn't he the one that did the cross to I might be tripping. He did a Wasn't he did the cross to De Bruyne that scored that first goal, right?
He didn't play the first leg against us. I don't think he was suspended.
Oh, okay.
I'll fact check that for you.
I can't remember, but either way, all I know is that the games that I did see Man City play, man, João Cancelo on the ball is so shifty, and he can actually
Yeah.
defend very well. He drops back in good times. You know, he's pretty tall too. He's lengthy. He's pretty quick. He's not the quickest, but he's pretty quick still. Um, and he's comfortable in weird positions. And João Cancelo is a perfect fit for Pep Guardiola's system, and for that reason, he's number one for me. Best wing back in the world.
Yeah, same reason. I think for me, he can play both wings, left back, right back. He can do it both well. You know, came into a Man City team. They were like, all right, go play left back. He did it amazingly. If you make a team, here's how impressive he is. Usually, players have a weak side, like when they play wings. You can have a. Let's say we made a top 10 left back, top 10 right back. Cancelo would arguably be top 3 in both. Like he
Yeah.
might be number 1 in both. My left. Can you guys hear me? My right. You probably.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Okay. So he would still be good in both. So I think he's just amazing and had an amazing season. So that's our top 10 done. At the end of the season, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get all of our number ones and put like a team. Is that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Like a team of the year type shit.
right. It'll be like everyone's team. Here, 1 second. I gotta. You guys can hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah. So we'll see our team. I'm just gonna pull like, I guess just throw squad in perspective and all. All right, but now I want to get to this game I told you guys about. It's called the percentage game. So I'm gonna say something, and I need you guys to give me a percentage number, and then you guys can talk about it. We can discuss about it. I think we're at the 45, 47 minute mark right now. All right. So here's a question. Lately, we've been seeing a lot of rumors with this guy. What is the percentage Ronaldo leaves Man United?
Let me think about this, because I've been hearing some things, some hot topics being brought up these last few days.
It's Man United. So I'll give you Man United want him to. Man United are expecting him to stay. Man United want him to stay, but they are open to listening to offers. Ronaldo wants to stay, but he's also open to listen to options because he wants to go play Champions League football. So, and that's just kind of things. So
I'm gonna give it. So it's hard because there's a lot of things that go into it. What do you think, John? Do you have a percentage right now?
Yeah, I give it like 70%.
That he leaves
that's
or
high.
stays?
Yeah.
Wow.
That he leaves.
That he leaves.
Wow.
The transfer window is to July 30th, right?
No, it's
It's till
till
August 30th.
August 30th.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with 70% as well, because
Man, that's high. Y'all boys went high here.
actually I'll do 60%. I think, like you said, Ron, Champions League football is so important to Ronaldo. And if Man United make no signings, there's no guarantee that they make he would have to play this season, make top 4, then play Champions League next like, come on, bro. Like Ronaldo's
He'll
not
be like
he'll,
38,
he'll,
39.
yeah, he'll be older. He's like, that's too old, bro. Like, I heard this rumor that Chelsea was in talks of getting him, because he went this one guy, I don't remember his name, but he went to Portugal and spoke with Ronaldo about
His agent
right?
had talks with Chelsea's board
The
in
Chelsea owner.
Portugal.
And
In Portugal, and then they talked about it. Well, Ronaldo was one of the topics discussed. Yes.
one of the topics discussing. You never know. There's like this curse where, like, the number 9 for Chelsea, Falcao, Lukaku, Torres, even though I think Torres is good, somewhat good, but Ronaldo, you put him at that number 9 with Chelsea, man. And Tuchel, I don't know. I think it could happen. But Ronaldo wants to play Champions League soccer, and I would respect it if he leaves. I'm okay, understood. I get it.
I give it like a 35% personally.
That he leaves?
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, listen, Man United right now are like desperate, and obviously they're big guys, young, and they're desperate and like signing people and getting back. If you let go Ronaldo, you're gonna have to get another striker, because I mean Cavani is leaving, Greenwood, we don't know what his situation is. We don't have any status update on him.
Mason,
So
stop.
like, wow. Wow. Oh my God.
No.
Um, no. We don't know what their situation, what's that's going on. Cavani's leaving, so I don't think Man United want to go out and get another striker to support. Like, I mean, I guess you could play Rashford, but Rashford, oof, he had a bad season last year, horrible season. So that's a risk that you could take, but like you spent 80 million on the young and like you missed out on Nunez. So like I think Ronaldo will stay because I think they'll try to keep him. But if Chelsea comes in with like 50 million, I think they'll let him go. But I think he'll stay. My next question is, what's the percentage that Mane scores over 35 goals next season, all comps with Bayern Munich?
Oh,
Robert Lewandowski scored 50, I believe, all comps this season.
35 all comps. They're playing Champions League. They're playing the Bundesliga.
I think I'll go first here. What do you guys think? I think it's like, because he'll play striker, because it'll be Coman, Sane. No, maybe Gnabry. It'll be Sane, Gnabry, Mane, or Coman, Sane, Gnabry. I mean, Mane. And Ronaldo. Bayern said that Ronaldo will not go to Bayern because they said that they don't have any intentions of bringing him. So I'm gonna say 70%. I think 70% that he scores over 35 goals. I mean, think about it. You're playing a really high league, a really high line league. I can see him scoring like 28, 25 in the league in 34 matches. Yeah. And then you got the Champions League. Yeah, I think he can score over 35.
Yeah. I'll give it.
They score so many goals.
Chance.
They
Yeah,
score so many goals.
I'll give it an 80% chance. Because Mane is listed at a 70 million price, but Liverpool let him go super. They let him go for something rather than just for free next year. Mane with Kimmich, Goretzka, Coleman, Gnabry, or Sane, like that team is just disgusting. That that they'll feed you the ball.
Right.
Mane creates space for himself. He can switch. Coleman can go the center, and Gnabry can go the center, and Mane can go wing. And same thing he did with Liverpool. I mean, he can finish. Mane can finish, bro. That goal he scored against Man City with the volley, you know what I'm talking about? Remember that it was against the trash goalie. It was against in the cup, but it was still a nasty finish.
I remember. Yeah, I remember. Okay.
And the pass that he did,
America's #1, according to some.
Nah, he's so trash, bro. But and the pass that he did to to Salah, was it the one touch pass over the top, bro?
Ooh,
that pass was a beaut. I think Mane's super underrated, man. That man can pass, can shoot, can position himself well. He's still really fast. He can still dribble. He keeps the ball well. I think he's gonna have a spectacular. Call me crazy, hot take. He's gonna have a Ballon d'Or year.
I think it's crazy, but I think now Ballon d'Or focuses on winning the Champions League as well. Like, whoever wins the Champions League is gonna get it. That's why it's like different.
If you're in the Bundesliga, it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard. You gotta win Champions League. You have to win Champions League.
It's hard.
And you have to win the league.
But I think they can win the Champions League, man. If Alphonso Davies comes healthy, Goretzka's healthy, Kimmich is healthy, Coleman, Gnabry, man, and you got Neuer there, who's going to be a top 5 goalkeeper all the time, no matter what. I mean, I'm happy for Mane, man. I think he's gonna have a Ballon d'Or. Could have a Ballon d'Or year, and I think 35 goals is manageable. Definitely, all comps for sure.
All right, Daniel, you got a percentage ready?
Yeah, 75%.
75%. I don't think he'll get like 45, but I think he'll be like there at the end of the season. I think he'll be like 35, 36 to be close to the season. Like,
I'll say high 30s, 38.
Yeah, like I don't think he'll beat it by a mile, but like I think he'll get over it. All right, next one. This is my favorite. When I was writing these questions, I was like, oh man, this was my favorite here. Arsenal making a lot of business right now, right? They're making a lot of business. What is their percentage of getting to top 4 next season? Yeah. I'll start because this is my first topic.
Please start. 1%.
1%.
1%. Ain't look. Write it down. Listen. Write it right now. Arsenal will not make top 4. all year. If Arsenal make top 4, I will do a forfeit. Whatever you pick, and we'll video. If Arsenal make top 4, I will do a forfeit because I am so confident that they will not make top 4. Easy.
I have to
Easy.
go with you. I give them a 0% chance of making top 4. There's no way they're making top 4, man. Especially after Haaland going to Man City, Liverpool getting Nunez, Chelsea, like, nah.
We'll see what Nunez does. That's a risky buy. in my
That's a
opinion.
risky bet. But Klopp never misses. He
Yeah.
hasn't missed it. He hasn't missed in a while.
Bro, he
But
turned Lewandowski
good.
into who he is, man.
Good. I mean, he could miss. He could really miss. Like, you never know. Like, you always have, there's always a missed possibility. I'm gonna trust him and say that he's not, but he could. Regardless, though, I think even if Nunez flops, that Liverpool team is just better.
Yeah.
Right. I think Spurs are. I mean, they're saying Arsenal are talking about Jesus. They're talking about Tielemans. Talking about maybe
But Jesus is
Rafinha.
practically done.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah,
is almost done.
that's
Think
not
about
bad
it.
though.
Think about it. Jesus, Rafinha, and Tielemans would make their team better.
It
No
would.
chance they're getting top 4.
Yeah, no.
They
I
need
don't think
that.
so.
They definitely need to improve that midfield.
Not with that
Remake.
manager. Not with that manager. I'm sorry. That manager is the worst manager in the top 6 right now. God, I can't believe he's still in charge of that team. This is what happens when you let someone. I can't, man. He's not a good manager, man. I'm sorry. I don't hate him. He's just not. The worst
Yeah.
manager. The freaking not Vieira. Brighton's coach is better than him.
Well, no, he did bitch though. He did good.
What bits he do? Please tell me.
I'm not talking about Mikel Test. I'm talking about the Brighton
Okay.
coach.
All right.
Yeah, I give him a
He did
0%
good.
chance. I don't give him a top 4. I just don't see it. One thing I do want to say about Arsenal though, now that we're talking about them, getting Gabriel Jesus is interesting. It is. Because I've always said you
Good.
give that man a consistent play time and he could bring you some goals, man. I see bits and pieces. You know, he scored hat-trick with Man City, you know, the day that there was rumors of him going to Arsenal. So he has it in him. Can Mikel Arteta get that? I mean, yeah, can Mikel Arteta get that out of him? We'll see. But Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, Saka.
Yeah.
I'll give him
Rafinha, they might get Rafinha.
might get Rafinha. But the midfielders, they didn't they extend this man Mohamed El Neni. What are you doing? Signing El Neni again? Get him out the club. Sign someone else. But yeah, I give him a 7th spot or 6th spot in the league.
Yeah, I think they'll finish 6th. Maybe 5th again. Maybe Man United. Man United's usually first season with a new coach. It's tough on teams. Like, I mean, even think about it. I know Man United aren't as bad as on paper, of course, aren't as bad as like Man City when Pep stepped in. But like, remember, Pep stepped into that Man City team and he finished 4th. So like I don't care. Like, Ten Hag could be amazing. I believe him. I love how he plays, but yeah, I'm not convinced that he's going to come in and just magically get top 4, especially when we got Spurs, Conte in there, and all the other 3 teams.
That dressing room is.
Yeah, so I think Den Hag's good, but I think like even Pep struggled to get top 4 in his first season. I don't think Den Hag's going to be like that's easy as like people are making it seem, especially because their schedule is like so rough at the beginning of the season. But I think they could. I mean, it's not impossible. I don't. You never give us a percentage here.
I give it like a 10% chance.
Okay. That's not bad. All right. This next one is, what is the percentage that someone other than Man City wins the league?
35%.
35?
I'll go with 20, 25%.
I'm actually around that area. I'm at 25. I think Chelsea's gonna put up a bigger challenge than Liverpool this year, personally.
Nah, I feel like Liverpool.
Maybe. I'm riding high on this Chelsea train right now. I'm riding high on the
I don't
train.
blame you though, bro. I don't blame you.
I need to see
leaving,
some
though.
signings from Chelsea.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
I need to see some center backs. That's my next question. What is the percentage that they get a big name center back this
Who?
summer? Chelsea.
Who?
I think it's 95%.
Yeah.
They cannot go this transfer window without
it has
getting a
to.
center back.
They lost Rudiger, so they're gonna pursue center backs.
They have
And
to
they're
get one
losing
center back.
Christensen.
And they're
They're
losing
losing
Christensen.
Christensen. Yep. They have to get one big center back. So either a Delict, a Kunde, a Koulibaly, someone like that to put next to Thiago Silva. I mean, you still got your lineup will be Reese. I don't think Christensen's that bad. I mean, they got Chaloba, and you can always sign a center back for like 5, 10 mil, 20 mil, whatever. But you need to spend big on the center back. I also wouldn't mind them signing like a big midfielder too. Like I don't know
Yeah,
who's out there right now, but let's
hopefully
say
Conte can come back.
hypothetically, they go out and sign like a Goretzka, which Bayern probably won't sell. But I'm saying like just as an
Yeah.
example, that would be a good signing, like a strong midfield like that. I would be in favor of. All right. Did you guys give me a percentage to that? You guys said
I'll
agreeing.
give a I give like a 90%.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be
90%.
really shocked if they don't manage a center back because they have been talking a lot with a lot of available world class center backs to have them join in. I'm rooting for Chelsea, man. I want to see them back into the league and being dominant. The Premier League football is fun when they're taking off. As you can see, the beginning of the season, it's been a lot of Liverpool, Man City. The last like 4 years, they have like there was like one point where they only had 1 point separate from each other.
Yeah.
Goes to show how dominant they were in the Premier League. And the Premier League is known to just be all around super competitive, three or four teams, punching it out, battling it out. Um, I'm worried about Chelsea. I think the percentage for Man City to win, I mean, the percentage for another team to win is very low because there hasn't really been any signings in comparison to Man City getting Holland. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, and Phillips is
And
almost
Phillips,
done.
oh my God,
Yeah.
bro! Like that's a good way to back up Gundogan that's leaving, and then you have Haaland and De Bruyne who
Yeah,
are gonna
Fernandinho's
take the
leaving
league.
as well.
So Chelsea, I wasn't thinking about them at first, but if they can make some great signings, I think they'll definitely. I think they might put up a better fight than Liverpool. But it's hard to say because we don't know how Nunez is going to perform. If Nunez, you never know, can take the league by storm, and then you're looking at Holland flopping, there's a lot of possibilities.
Yep. All right, John, you want to talk about this guy? What's the percentage that Dembele stays at Barca? So a couple of weeks ago, just to give some feedback. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about it, and it was kind of like almost like certain that he was going to leave
Yeah.
Barcelona. But now it's like a little complicated. So, what's your percentage on that?
I'd say 75%. He stays.
It's really, to me, Dembele doesn't seem like the guy. Like, obviously, he can be considered a flop for his like career at Barca. Like to me, he's not like he doesn't seem like he doesn't strike me as a guy that's like I want to make this right. But I think like he's been acting like that lately. Like I don't know, have you guys seen that video with like the fans ask him?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the car, like maybe he does want to stay there.
Wait, what
He's
happened?
like,
What did he say? I didn't see that
so
video.
this fan pulled up on him and wrote on
Mhm.
the window. Was like, "Hey, Dembele, Dembele." And he was like, "Hey, like, what's up?" He was like, "Hey, is it true that you're leaving Barca?" It was like, "No, I'm staying." It was like, "What about Chelsea?" He's just like, "It's just rumors." Something like that. That's not word for word, but that's really what the conversation was. And
Yeah.
then he's like, "Yeah, I'm staying." Basically, much Chelsea was rumors. Um, but maybe I would like him to stay just because like he had such a good ending to the season that it would be nice for him to have another like maybe next year if he can stay healthy, maybe he can have like 15 assists, 16 assists. I don't know. He can have a really good season next year. And then that would be good for Barca because then that's a position that Barca don't have to worry about. Like if they know that Mel is staying, they probably don't go after Rafinha.
No,
And they don't have,
we
and
won't.
that's 55 million that they don't have to spend. You know what I'm saying? They can focus on other positions to get younger. Also, Dembele is still pretty young, so Dembele doesn't get hurt, and he's there for like 5 more seasons. That's a player. That's a good player to have. And then you have Fati if he doesn't get hurt. So I'm gonna give it a 60% just because there's always that money aspect that Newcastle can just come in and offer him like 20 million per season, right? But I'm gonna say 60. I think it's now turn. I think it went from the beginning of the off season was like 20, and now it's like 60. It's increasingly going up. What
Yeah,
about you,
same here.
Diego?
I'll get. I think he's staying. I'll give it like a 75% because I didn't know about that video, which probably puts up my percentage a little higher because I had it like at 62. But when I saw that he wasn't interested in Chelsea's like contract offer, they didn't really offer him what he was looking for.
Yeah.
So he's not. He's like he kind of put that to the side. And he's been a flop in terms of like a lot of injuries, and he just doesn't show like he really cares, which is what pisses me off because that man, when he was in Dortmund, was arguably one of the best wingers in the world already.
Right.
And okay, he was playing in the Bundesliga, but it's just the way you play, the dominance that he had in the Bundesliga with basically only one other player, which was Aubameyang. I mean, they were, Dembele was a great player, man, and he's special. He's special. He has that special thing in him, and anywhere he goes, he's dropping you 15 assists, and that's not something easy to do. He has this aware like this way of seeing the game and getting assists, and if he can stay at if he can stay at Barca, Xavi can really have him flourish. And I think it's a very big priority that they try to keep him, because I feel like Xavi brought his game back to life.
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know. They can drop any team can just come by, drop a bag on him, and swoop him up.
All right. I got four more. I got four more real quick. We can go through these ones. We don't have to zoom too much. All right. What's the percentage that Lukaku succeeds again at Inter? After his bad season, I'm gonna give him. I'm actually gonna be 50%. Like a lot of people are assuming that he's just gonna come back to Inter and play like well again. It's like I don't know. Like he's coming off a really bad season, so I think going to Inter and like let's say if the first couple weeks are bad, like I don't give that success like directly. So I'm gonna say 50%.
I'd say like 55, honestly.
Yeah.
I think he's better suited there, but just I don't know. Like I'm not giving him that success like instantly like other people are.
Oh no, that when he was in Inter, they were special, man.
Yeah, he was really good at
Um,
Inter.
they were special. I think they win the league that year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. Call me crazy, but I might give him that instant success. Just because he'll play where he wants to play. He'll the offense will be through him.
Yeah.
I'll give it a I'll give it a 70%.
All right. Next question. If Robert Lewandowski goes to Barca, what is the percentage that he wins the Pichichi? If you guys know what the Pichichi is the top goal scorer in the league. I'm gonna give it honestly. I'm gonna give it like a 45%, just because I think Benzema is better than him right now. And I think Benzema's still gonna be there. I think Benzema's gonna keep the high form. So it's really to me, it's like a toss up who's going to win between them if Lewandowski does go to Barca.
Yeah, I'd say 50%.
I'll give it a 40%. New team, new system. Benzema's gonna still be great. Real Madrid got stronger. Um, yeah, like 40%.
All right. Next question. What's the percent that Real Madrid repeat as Champions League winners? I'm gonna say 17. 17. Just
17,
yes.
1-7.
Yes.
I'd say 10%.
Oh my god.
The Champions League is so tough. Champions League is so tough to repeat. We know how to repeat, but Champions League is so tough to repeat. And we are. I know we got better defensively, but it's still really tough to stay healthy for a whole campaign and be healthy at
And
those
Man
moments.
City
And
finally got a striker.
Man City got a striker. Liverpool also got a little better. It's always tough. Repeating is always tough. So I'm gonna give ourselves 70%. What about you, Diego?
Oh, 70 or 17?
No, 17. 1-7.
100%, baby.
No.
We're
shot.
going for the double. I'm telling you, do not sleep on us, bruh. I don't care about no Haaland. I don't care about no Mbappe or Messi. Nothing like that, bro. We are going to
Why you gotta say
repeat.
his name? Why you gotta say that guy's
We
name?
are going to repeat. Let me tell you why. If we do play against PSG, we're going
Oh,
to.
that I am excited. I want them
If
in
we
that group,
do,
man.
if that's what I'm saying, if we do play PSG, you better expect us to win because we are going to turn up on them purposely. Man City, listen, Holland will do Holland against us, okay? But listen, Holland is playing a tougher league, playing in and out, gonna be more tired. We don't know what to expect yet, you know. We're gonna win it. We like you said, we know what it takes to repeat. We got stronger. We don't need the top 10 best players in the world all the time. As long as we got a unit, just
You
watch
know,
100%.
that's
We're
gonna be the
winning it next year.
most toxic. That's gonna be the most toxic games ever if we play PSG, especially in the round of 16 or like the knockout stages. You know how toxic those. You know how toxic the atmosphere is gonna be for those two games. That atmosphere is gonna be crazy.
For the Ninja Turtle, he's gonna feel it. He's gonna for sure feel it.
He'll feel it. He'll feel it at the Bernabeu. Especially, well, I'm kind of disappointed because I think Florentino Perez said that the new stadium won't be done until like near the end of next season, which kind of sucks because we were thinking it was gonna be done by this December. But so now he said near the end of next season, which won't be 100,000 fans in the Bernabeu, but I mean like it'll be like 75K. I think they opened some seats up this summer, so like that'll be a toxic atmosphere, like really bad. But I'm high. That's who I want to play. That's who I want. That's really who I want in the group stage. That's really who I want in knockout stages. Listen, next year we don't win it, but we knock out PSG. I won't be okay with it because we lost, but it's like, it's a nice little reward because how toxic they were being to us and how toxic we're being to them. I just love this toxicity, man. I love it. All right, and last question. This is the most serious question. What are the chances that Bayern Munich win the Bundesliga?
Wait, did you give a percentage, Jojo, for Real Madrid?
No, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a 10. He's a 10. He's a 10.
Oh, okay. I'm going with 100%, man. We got to.
This is a tough question.
Toughest of the day, right? I think this is the toughest of the day.
I'm gonna have to go with 100%, man.
Wow. I'm gonna have to go with 101.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna answer the question, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna answer the question because I'm just gonna get mad.
Honestly, listen, if Arsenal make that 4 or if Dortmund win the league, I will do a forfeit. Right now, I'll take it right now. I could do 2 forfeits in 1 year, which won't happen, but I will do them. Whatever you guys want.
We'll see. We'll see, man.
I'll go on a date with like a teddy bear. I'll do the hot ones challenge. I don't care. Whatever, man. I'll do whatever challenge I have to do.
Bro, if Dortmund wins the league, if Dortmund wins the league, I'll go bald again.
They got Haller. All right. Diego, I'm holding you up to it.
This is recorded. This is recorded.
Look, listen.
I'm shaving your hair.
Listen to me. This is what's gonna happen. I'm going to grow my hair from today to the end of the season next year. I'm gonna have my shit long.
Oh, right? You're gonna make a roof for them.
And then, if Dortmund win the league, I'm going bald for 2 months straight. That's how confident I am that Bayern Munich is gonna win the league, because Dortmund is a joke. Okay, you let go of Haaland, and you get Haller. Yeah, okay.
Pretty similar names.
Yeah,
okay.
Almost got it.
If Dortmund win the league, I'll go bald for 2 months straight after growing my hair for a year. It's here on live, on camera. Ron, you will shave my head.
Oh yes, I will just do forfeits. I'll do 2. I'll do 1 forfeit if Bayern lose the league, and I'll do another forfeit if Arsenal make top 4. No, my forfeit won't be shaving my hair, but it'll be something else. Like I'll be I've seen some challenges. I might. We'll see. We'll maybe we'll have people vote. Whatever. We'll decide when the day comes. But anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything particular going on? In
Ziyech going to Milan are making some moves, man.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Milan is making some moves. They got
Origi.
Ziyech coming off a league win. I'm excited, man. I'm very excited for Milan.
Yeah, Sayek's nice. I like Sayek. Pogba going to Juve. We really didn't address it, but I mean, I think that's just kind of like whatever. I mean, like we kind of talked about it a little bit in prior episodes. Like he'll succeed. I think he'll do good. I mean, just back to me, that's another move that to me seems like a Lukaku move. Like you fail. I mean, not really. He failed. I mean, after Mourinho left, because when Mourinho was there, Pogba was crazy. After Mourinho left, his downfall kind of began. Now, then you just go somewhere where you're comfortable again. I would have liked him to see him go maybe like another team, but I guess there wasn't really many options at the end of the day. So like Juve fits. I would have liked him to stay though. I think him staying with Ten Hag and all that stuff like that would have been fun to see, but he chose not to. And Did you guys see his documentary? I heard it was like it's like the worst show on IMDb history.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Like people are saying that he was just like praising himself the whole time.
Wait, it's on where? Netflix or something or what?
I don't know. I gotta find it. I want to watch it. But like we
I'll
were saying
watch
that
it too.
Pogba was just sitting up there and just praising himself. Like not a negative thing said about himself. Not like a negative thing. It was just about him saying how good he was.
I mean, he is class, but only when he wants to be.
I think, well, yeah, but like, I mean, you're making a documentary. You should talk about also like negatives that has happened in your
Talk up,
career.
just
You
talk about
know?
your career, the good
Right,
and
right,
bad.
right.
Yeah,
Like
facts.
have other. I think it was just him talking about himself. Like I don't think anybody else was there either. Like it was just kind of him. So like he
Okay.
got like, I don't know. Anything else going on? I don't think I'm trying to see anything else that's happened. That I think that might be it. Anything exciting that you guys got going on in your lives? Any?
I think Inter are gonna be great.
Yeah. I'm excited. You know what I'm excited for? I'm excited for Stranger Things season 2 or season 4
Bro,
part 2.
July, dude, that's gonna be crazy.
July
How many
1st, July
episodes are they
1st.
dropping?
8, I think 8 in July 1st again. Dude.
No
They
way.
they dropped 8. Well, they just dropped 8 right now for season 4 part 1.
If they, but that's gonna be the longest season they have because their seasons are usually like 9,
But I
10
think they're making
episodes.
another season after this one. I think the next season is the last one.
Bro, they're the goats for that. Giving us 16 episodes for one season, and this season is the craziest one.
Yeah.
We don't
Kenobi
want
has
to spoil
ended.
nothing because we don't know if
No,
anyone's
Kenobi was
watched it.
nice. Kenobi wasn't horrible. You didn't watch Kenobi, did you, Diego? You're not into Star Wars.
No, I don't. Yeah, I have to. I've tried, but I don't know. I have to give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm excited for I'm excited
My
for
friend
that.
Daniel just woke up. It's crazy.
No commitment, man. We'll have a talk. Hopefully next week. Serious note. Next week we should have more people. We're trying to figure out a schedule that everyone said that they were. We before we started, we all kind of talked about a schedule, but we're trying to find a better schedule. So it's more about having also more people involved. We got some guests, people too. So actually, if there's any Arsenal fans or Tottenham fans watching this,
We're sorry.
we would take a guess. We will take a guess. We'd love to have you in the show when the season starts. It would be nice just to have, because I already have Liverpool and I already got a Chelsea fan. We got a Man United fan. You said you got a Man City fan, so
I got a Man City fan.
we're trying to make sure that when the season starts, we have exclusivity or inclusivity from kind of everyone to kind of talk about their teams rather than us butchering stuff. But I think that's it for me. I don't have anything else to say, guys.
Yep. I'm chilling
Yeah.
too, bro.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Love wins.
Love wins. All right. That'll be us from us. We'll see you next week. Next week we're doing top 10 midfielders.
What about
that's gonna be
I
think that's gonna be the hardest one yet, top 10 midfielders, but I'm excited. Next week will be July 2nd or 3rd, so won't be July 4th yet, but enjoy your Sunday and have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace out.
Yeah.